Greetings to you from all over the planet. It's Tuesday. Welcome to the most underrated show on YouTube. Let's do it. All right. Let's do it. So we have markets up again, the usual. We got some good news stories. I'm going to talk a little bit about gold. Of course, cruises are getting back to it, which is great. Peloton has said that they are going to build a factory in the state of Ohio, which is awesome. And yes, I want to scroll back on the comments, which I rarely do, but Seth, weight loss challenge update. So Seth we were in Mexico in December, January, something like that. And we were walking up the hill with one of our friends in the neighborhood, and he was struggling getting up the hill. So we were all concerned. So Paul decided that he was going to give Seth and Darnell a challenge to lose weight by the end of this year. So right now, Seth started at 275 pounds. He's at 253 right now, and he's looking very thin. It's incredible. So let's keep it going, Seth. You can do this. I'll help you if you need. All right, today's topic, massive Dogecoin prediction. What I say Bitcoin was going to go to 515,000. I'll say Dogecoin is going to go to 500,000. So take that, Kathy Wood. All right, let's do it. What do we got here? Gold. I'm going to start with gold because everybody wants to know about gold. So gold is near its high from last year, or its high in the last 4 months, something like that. And the reason is, when we're looking at inflationary talk, gold's a hedge. Contrary to popular belief, Bitcoin's not the hedge. I thought Bitcoin was the hedge. I dumped a ton of money into Bitcoin, and now I'm pretty much broke because I thought Bitcoin was the hedge, and I bought it at 64,000 a coin, and now it's at 32,000 a coin. So I was wrong about that. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it all into gold, which is the real hedge based on history, not make-believe money. But yeah, so my net worth is now half of what it was because I thought that Bitcoin was the hedge. So that's awkward. By the way, that's sarcasm. So the dollar sank. So when the dollar sinks, gold goes up. And the dollar sank to its lowest level since January. And let's see. I'll pull up the chart for UUP in a second. And that is just the tracker of the dollar on a chart. So the Fed, let's see. Gold is okay. The Fed is speaking. Fed speak continues to support the idea that inflation in the U.S. will be transitory, like temporary. I just don't believe it. I met with somebody who's very high in the state of Ohio in government yesterday, and we started talking about what I do and this and that. And he said, I'll just tell you, I talked to the Attorney General yesterday, and his first question to me was, what's the deal with inflation? And I just said to him, I just don't understand how anybody with a straight face can say that this is temporary. It just doesn't compute in my mind to say that the Fed is going to be able to say, or anybody for that matter is going to be able to say, this is only going to last for X number of months. It just doesn't, this thing is too big to control that way. And yesterday I actually I'm in the middle of putting together a great schematic to show you guys exactly what is happening and how the Fed is getting money off their balance sheets and putting it on other balance sheets and this and that, just to show like that they can print money and et cetera. So regardless of that, I don't believe that inflation can be temporary. And if you want to call it temporary, I don't know how you define temporary inflation. They might be able to get away with like creating their own definition and saying that, but as far as it being temporary, I don't get it. So that's a good thing for gold. People are very bullish in the short term. I'm bullish in the long term. I have a large position that's going 3 to 5 years out. So yeah, gold continued to face resistance level. So if the dollar stabilizes over the next few sessions, bullion might be steady. Whatever the dollar does, exactly the same thing is going to happen with, but the opposite is going to happen with gold. It's as simple as that. There's really no further to look at it. So if you are looking at gold, don't panic. I do think that it's going to behoove you to own gold in the next 1 to 3 to 5 year period. So that is that. We're going to keep an eye on gold. It's something that is important, and it's always been the hedge, and it's always done very well. All right. Illuminati, just casual conversations with the AG. I am not in the Illuminati. All right. Update. Number 2, Norwegian cruises to return sailing in August. Excellent. So Norwegian has said on Monday that it's going to return to sailing in the U.S. on August 7th. That is wonderful. Norwegian Cruise has planned to restart U.S. sailing in July, but it was pushed back. I mean, they've had to tailor their date a couple of times. And this is interesting. So we were talking about protocols last week, and we didn't know what they were. This is interesting. It said it needs time to prepare ships after receiving the go-ahead from the CDC, which could delay the start. But they're going to be simulating trips and applying COVID conditional sailing certificates. So that's pretty cool. I mean, they're going to take volunteers on the ships and work on COVID protocols. That's pretty neat. I mean, it's a pretty good idea, I guess, if that's what it takes. So good for them. Carnival Cruise and Royal Caribbean said last week that they also plan to start sailing in the U.S. in July. Of course, there have been a few trips for these cruise companies outside of the United States, but this is great. I'm glad to see that the cruise lines are getting back at it and they can start filling those ships back up. And of course, it's great for us because a lot of us own CCL. Actually, yesterday I saw that my $2.50 options that expired on January of 2022 were up 96% yesterday. So I exited that position. That was a rather large position. So I was like, I'll just take the money, give up the I think it was like $175 and take the rest of it and go. So I'm definitely going to be a buyer of Carnival Cruise if it dips from where it's at, but it has remained pretty steady in the past couple months. So let's see what we keep doing with that. I'm just happy to see that Carnival Cruise is not like Marriott, is not like Southwest, that's going back to its all-time high, literally all-time highs, with nobody being aboard, being on planes, being in hotels. I mean, I just shouldn't say nobody, but a lot less people than need to be making any. They need to be making money. So, all right, global property. So this is an international story. This comes from Reuters. Global property markets ready to soar this year. Supply and demand, baby. Residential property markets in all major economies will soar this year on huge monetary and fiscal support and amid a recovery from the pandemic, according to Reuters polls. I guess they polled 100 people and they were just asking them their opinions on such events. Of course, low mortgage rates are a big driver of this. You know what? So I'm getting a mortgage on a house. I hope it closes today. That would be that. I mean, I hope the mortgage gets approved today. That would be great. But 2.75 over 30-year fixed. I actually went to look at Quicken Loans. Now I didn't look at the fees that come with it. But if I wanted to get a loan and I transferred a certain dollar amount over to them, to Charles Schwab, sorry, because they work with Quicken, I could have gotten a 2.625 loan on for 30-year fixed rate. That's just unbelievable. I don't know, but let's keep it going. Let's see here. So the Reuters polls more than 100 property market experts taken from May 18th to the 24th showed big upgrades in housing prices forecast in the United States, Britain, Canada, Australia, and Dubai compared with the last 3 months. Consumer confidence has risen strongly due to successive vaccination programs, and survey evidence suggests the pandemic has led more people looking to move home. I'm assuming back to where they're from. I read that like 4 times. I think that's what it meant. Supply shortages point to upward pressure. So I don't necessarily think that this has anything to do with vaccinations and such. I mean, I just look at it from the standpoint of when the pandemic started. People started taking even in May of last year, in June, people started taking their homes off the market because they didn't want people coming into their house and stuff. So supply was less and demand increased, and people had to buy more. They only had a limited option. So to me, that's all it is still. It's the number of people that are putting their homes on the market. And man, the housing market is booming. I just can't get over. There was a house that I was looking at. I love looking at homes. This house was in the $850,000. they said that it was going to go on the market on a Sunday. By Monday, they already had offers on the home, and they didn't even do an open house for it. It's just incredible. That used to be a very common theme in homes that were 400,000 or less. Now it's to the point where you're getting homes that are close to 7 figures that are going relatively quickly. Those homes tend to sit for a month or two, but not anymore. They don't even sit for a day or two. So the trend in the Reuters poll showed project expectations for strong gains this year, followed by slower appreciation in the next few years. Moderated by increased supply, lower. Yeah, I don't know about that stuff. All right. While there has been higher demand for both single-family and multifamily homes in cities and towns, when asked how demand for office space would change more broadly over the next few years, respondents were split. Now, this was interesting. The whole office space and going back to work thing, I think it's such an interesting topic. We've seen companies like Google that are just saying that you can just stay and work from home and such. It's really incredible, all of these companies that are saying just work from home. I don't know if this is true, but I just look at it and say, if there's so many of these big properties that are out there and office buildings that are out there, at some point they're going to get to a price that people are going to be selling them that's going to be so cheap, or renting them that's going to be so cheap, that I think businesses are just going to be like, maybe we have to take people back to work. Maybe we can pay this money and increase production of our staff. I don't know. It's just something that I'm guessing. I have no clue, but it is a total guess. Guys, smash the like button for me, and we'll move over here to the foreign markets. Well, foreign for me, maybe domestic for you. House prices in Australia and Canada were forecast to gain double digits this year. Dubai was expected to raise for the first time in 6 years. Incredible. Britain, I know we have a lot of people from the UK. Britain's housing boom was set to roll on to an ongoing government support alongside increased demand for more living space. Those of you over there across the pond, let me know what you think about that. I really don't know. I haven't looked into it at all, but that's that. So if you're selling your house, you might make some money. And if you're looking for a house, you might be overpaying. I don't know, but it's interesting what the housing boom is doing. Foreign from Cincinnati. Oh, nice. Right down the road. Well, kind of down the road. The UK gang. Yeah, I got Susie, Llewellyn, of course. Who else is in the UK? Gianni's in Italy. Yeah, I don't know. We got people from all over the world in the Bid and Ask Nation. All right. Here's one big inflation risk that not many are talking about. Big increases in inflation expectation. Inflation picks up with more staying power. That has a possibility. So this lady, I mean, she didn't really give. She talked about the CPI number. I thought the title was literally what everybody is thinking about. But this woman, who is this woman? She is Goldman Sachs she is chief economist from Goldman Sachs. Increasing worker shortage in part has caused the extended unemployment to top up, and the auto shortage fueled by low semiconductor supplies are two components that are driving inflation. I don't really foresee that stopping anytime soon, but we shall see. The CPI, they're looking for a full year gain of 3.5% in the forecast to increase 2.7% in 2022. Guys, this CPI number, it's not only that it's just high. That's the problem, or that's the alarming part. It's the fact that it spiked so quickly. Here we go, a 4.2% spike in April. I'm very excited to see what this does in May, because it pummeled every expectation of every analyst. Not that I put too much weight on what analysts say, but analysts are kind of cheerleaders. You would think that they would be a little bit more accurate, but the Federal Reserve is correct in thinking near-term inflation pressures are transitory. That's what she thinks. Again, I don't need to get into it again, but I don't believe in this transitory whatnot inflation. Just doesn't make sense to me. And frankly, I don't know if it should make sense to you either. So I drew this thing on, you know what? Can I pull it up? No, I can't right now. I drew this thing on my iPad. It's kind of one of those, what do you call them? It's like the circle with the arrows, flow chart. I don't know what you call it, but it's kind of interesting to see. I'm going to show it to you tomorrow or Thursday, the flow of money from the Fed to the government I compare it to almost the Fed getting like empty credit cards, and this is just it's really incredible to see what the what is happening with our economy, and frankly, why I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. That's the tough part. So let's get to Peloton. Of course, Peloton has had a rough go the last month or so with all of their with their Tread Plus causing injuries and deaths, unfortunately, to young kids, animals, etc. So hopefully they address that issue and can move forward, because I do like the company. I think they make a great product. I think they make a great community. And let's see here. So they are going to build their first factory in Ohio and start production in 2023. This is going to be in Troy Township in Wood County. Peloton said it would commit about $400 million to the facility and add more than 2,000 jobs over the next few years. So that's really great. And here we go with the issues. Peloton stock has fallen 34% this year as they had to recall their treadmills. Let me see here. I'm going to write down Peloton because I want to look at that chart. I threw it on my watch list yesterday. Let's see. The circle with the arrows. Haha. Do you need Joy's health? Yeah, the circle with the arrows. I don't know what those things are called. I've been out of school too long to know what those things are called. All right. Where are we at next? Foot Locker. So I got so excited when I saw this story this morning, and then I realized the Foot Locker was like a $60-some a share. So I had sold, no. They expired on Friday, last Friday. I sold puts on Foot Locker that were at $30, $27.50, $25, and et cetera. Ran the gamut down. And of course, Foot Locker's way up there at $61. So I wanted to start buying Foot Locker at $30, obviously because my puts were there. And now they're flossing. So New York City announced on Monday that children would return to in-person learning this fall. So the CEO of Foot Locker said that they are going to be selling more sneakers this year to back-to-school kids. So I'm sure it's true. Where did he say? I think there really will be a back-to-school season this year, and that will be different from last year when kids were making the decision about whether to go to school or do the hybrid school thing. And they all want to look fresh when they go see people again. So I like that. So the ability to have great products on their feet, a fresh new fleece or t-shirt, whatever that happens to be. So unfortunately for me and maybe us, if you're a value investor as well, we are not going to be getting Foot Locker anytime soon. It doesn't look like. I just saw my price point of $30. I think I saw my value of it around 45 to 50. And what is the average I'm making on my puts? It's about 7 to 8% puts and calls combined. So that's crushing it. In my ideal world, I just want to be adding annually. I want to be adding 2 to 4% high side to my portfolio. So the fact that I'm getting 7 to 8% is just awesome. But you have to remember, I've sold a lot of puts in a market that has basically doubled. So that was very easy. I kept a lot of premium there, didn't lose premium there. And then calls, I rarely get called out of positions. I've been called out of 2 over the past 12 months. So that's that. All right, Foot Locker is riding high as people are spending their stimulus checks on the hottest footwear styles from Nike, Puma, and Adidas this summer. Foot Locker said last week that the first quarter same-store sales were up 80.3% from a year ago, and online sales popped 43%. Man, they're just crushing it. They did a great job. Whoever put a buy rating target price of $60, and now they're at $70. They're at $61.55. Cray. All right, let's see. All right, in 8,000, what's our number at? 42,200 subscribers. So at 50,000, we are giving away a Tesla Model 3. We're almost there, less than 8,000. All right, Lordstown. This is another Ohio thing. Ohio's in the news today, baby. All right, so Lordstown Corp. This is, of course, the electric truck maker. They make a sweet truck. They make a sweet concept truck. Lordstown said on Monday that 2021 production of its endurance truck will be half of prior expectations, and that the electric vehicle startup needs additional capital to execute its plans. Ugh. All right. I thought this was funny too. This goes back to what was that company that I don't think it was Neo. I think it was Nikola. I don't know. One of those two. Neo, Nikola. What the hell's the difference? They said they're making hundreds of cars a month or something such thing. So this one, they have said that they are going to make, their prior expectations were 2,200 trucks in the year by the end of the year, and they're saying that it's going to be 50% of that. So 1,100 trucks. Yikes. That's all I have to say about that. But they're looking to raise capital. They're partners with GM. We'll see if GM steps in and helps them out a little bit. I don't know what truck GM is making. So it was Nikola. So it was Nikola that's making hundreds of trucks a year or a month or whatever. Neo actually makes cars. That's the difference. All right. That is true. Nikola had that sweet truck. Everybody puts together this sweet concept truck, and then it just doesn't pan out. So I don't know. And then that Cyber truck from Tesla, that thing's not nice. But yeah, Neo. Okay, so it's Neo, or is it Neo? I don't know which one it is. Some people are telling me Neo, some people are telling me Nikola. Lordstown also said it was pursuing a U.S. retooling loan from the U.S. Energy Department. So they're looking for a loan from the government, which makes perfect sense. I mean, with all this green energy stuff, and Tesla got it and whoever else got it, it was seeking a $200 million loan from the Advanced Technology Vehicles Manufacturing Program, which also awarded larger loans to Tesla, Ford, Nissan to retool factories. So if anybody doesn't know, in Lordstown, they used to make the Chevy Cruze, and then that plant closed. And so this company moved in, and they're doing this EV stuff. That property, I think it's like 2 million square feet or something crazy. And it's been a location for Chevy for a very long time. So it was very tailored to what Chevy was doing with the Cruze. But that is that. So let's see what the market is doing right now. Excuse me. Let's see. NASDAQ futures are up 0.5%. Where's that story that I really wanted to read to you guys? It was so funny. Here it is. I love this. This was so good. Why AT&T's CEO says that you should still hold the stock after the Warner Media spinoff. Now, that is journalism. You're telling us that the AT&T CEO is saying that you should hold their stock. Unbelievable. All right, guys, give me some. I saw Gianni said something. I can't remember what it was. Gianni, tell me again what it was. Oh, Stock Mo is still loving Workhorse, even though it's down 80% in 2 months. Buy the dip. Let's see. WKHS, I think it is. Let's see here. Workhorse. Sick. Now that is a chart. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Workhorse doesn't, I know they're based in Loveland, Ohio. I don't think they produce anything, do they? Or they don't have, I don't really know. I'm just not going to talk about Workhorse. I know I get the hype dorks and their panties at a bunch if I start talking about hype stocks that aren't working out for them. All right, let's take a look at Roku. I like. Let's see here. Who told me this stock? It had to be somebody in the Bid and Ask Nation. Dads with a Purpose, of course. So, great trend moving up. The volume I don't like. You could just see it's decelerating. That's my only problem with this. And for Roku to really get going, any stock like Roku that's in everybody's portfolio, it needs to have some big volume to break through these moving averages. Now, the good thing about stocks like Roku and Apple and any kind of tech stocks that get going are in everybody's portfolio. All money managers, all hedge fund guys, this and that. How are you guys giving away a Tesla when Mo couldn't get one for himself? Joking. Oh, so the Model 3, which we are giving away, is for everybody. Now the Model S, the higher one, the sports car sedan, whatever you call it, That one is September or October delivery, and I am completely 100% banking on 2022 because I do not trust the Tesla timelines on anything. Let's see here. Mo, let's get Mo in a Peloton commercial because he loves the stock. You can put me in a well, number one, I don't love the stock, but you could put me in an Apple commercial then and a Tesla commercial. But I do like Apple stock, even though it's a little bit expensive. Yes. Okay. Nick, thank you for reminding me. I meant to say this. So guys, this is a holiday week. Well, Monday is, but typically when you are running into holiday weekends, you need to just be very conscientious that the big dogs of the hedge funds, the fat cats on Wall Street, they are going to take the week prior. They're going to make it short for themselves. So there's a lot of low volume in the market the week prior. Even maybe next Tuesday, there might be low volume. The market is closed on Monday for those of you that don't know. So when you're trading this week, just be very careful and don't be too aggressive because the volume is definitely not going to be there this week. And to be honest with you, if I was anybody, I would not be trading on Thursday or Friday. That's just my opinion. You might want to take profits depending on your position and go from there. So Bristol Myers, yeah, I've always said that Bristol Myers is going to have a very difficult time breaking through. What number is this? The high is 68.34. I still believe it. This is a 2-year chart. Bristol Myers cannot break through this level, and you can see that it's tried 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now 6 times in the past 2 years. So I'm not completely sold on it yet. You can see yesterday it got up to above $68 and pulled back. So this is a tough one. Yeah. Will you be in a Tesla? Will your Tesla be a 2021 or 2022? It just depends on the delivery. If they give me one in 2021, I'll take it. But I do not think that they are going to do that. That's just my personal opinion based on the history of Tesla and what they've done with all of their cars. But I really hope that they pull this one off. Question, do you think we are still going to have another correction? Yes, I do. I feel like these green days are making people way too excited. Hey, stocks are all about emotion, and green makes people feel good because the majority of people out there are not value people, and they do not want the markets to pull back. Even when I go to like things that I went to last night with one of these events, I just look at it and I feel bad saying that I want a market correction or a market pullback because it hurts the majority of people. Most people don't care about this stuff. They have a money manager. They put their money in a 401k. They put their money in whatever, and they just let it run for their entire life. So I feel bad saying that I do want a market correction, but at the same point, I do. So that's that. Quick question. What do I think of wedge patterns? I think wedge patterns are like wedge salads, and they come with bacon on top. So that's what I think of wedge patterns. There's a wedge pattern for you, and there's your bacon, and that's what I'm going to teach about wedge patterns. All right. Mo, before getting into you guys, I got caught in Teladoc what to do. You know what? I'm glad you found us. Teladoc Health. Oh, this is the Kathy Wood one. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, buddy. Well, you are kind of turning up, but your volume is absolutely miserable. I don't know what to tell you. This is very bad right here. You're under all 4 major moving averages, and you are a very clear 50% roll stock. So this thing tried to stabilize itself, and it didn't. I'm not really sure. You know what? I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to take your loss and just move on, you can, but I'm glad you found us. That's all I know. I'm glad you found us. Join the Bid and Ask Nation. And I'll tell you this. This is a learning experience for you. You won't get caught in this again, I promise you. If you stick with us, you won't get caught in something goofy like this again. What kind of dressing goes on a wedge salad? Blue cheese. All right, guys. I have a long day ahead of me. We are going to do a lot of recording from 10:30 to, I don't know, 3:30 or something. Of course, we have the live stream at 1 p.m. We're giving away a Tesla at 50,000 subscribers, Tesla Model 3. And all you have to do is join the Patreon. If you join the $23 tier where you get all the software, boom, you get access. If you join the Bidnass Nation where you get all the software and you get access to me and the amazing group of almost, man, it's between 400 and 500 people now that are in the Bidnass Nation, trading, learning stocks. It is truly, truly incredible. And guys, this price, this $23 price is going up to $50. This $67 price is going up to $100. And that's all I got for you. So follow me on Instagram at TraderMo_EM. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you at 1 o'clock. Peace.